Hi, welcome back. I'm going to try and do this before my camera battery runs out. I have another one charging. We'll see if it's charged enough. But, of course I wait until the end of January to do a New Year's video, because why wouldn't you? So, my title of my video and kind of how I've outlined it, which I've never done before, but it's just something I felt like sharing and putting on the internet, is Judgment Free 2020. I don't want to say new year, new me, because I don't really feel like that's what's happening. I feel like it's more of like a new year, better me, hopefully. I find that ever since having kids, I don't know, I have a new respect for people and why they are the way they are. And I don't know, I felt like sharing that because there's so many people who instantly judge others for literally everything. And I try not to, and I am certainly guilty of it still and try to have more like self-reflection. But overall, I try to contemplate who they are, where they come from, and the fact that I don't know all those things and that I don't know why they are making the choices they are, and you just kind of have to go with the flow. As long as, you know, nobody's hurting somebody else or something extreme is happening, don't be so quick to judge. Everybody has their own path. Everybody's walked a path leading up to that point that you meet them, see them, whatever. And I know as a mom, I'm constantly concerned about like shame, like somebody judging the way I'm parenting. I judge the way I parent, so you don't need to do it too. You know, and that's like with the mom guilt. And that's another thing I'm going to try and work on, is not feeling so guilty about like little things that just are silly. I think right now I'm more focused on that because I think I have a little bit of seasonal depression, and I think a lot of people do. One of the biggest things across the board that I've noticed with a lot of YouTubers talking about, you know, lately I just have been not feeling as creative, or I've been more down. And I mean, I think that's to do with the holidays. No matter your feelings on the holidays, I think they can be quite draining. But also the lack of sunshine, especially if you're probably in the Midwest. I mean, in a lot of parts of the northern hemisphere being in winter, you know, it's just a difficult time of year sometimes to get through. We have shorter days and less sunshine, and when it is day, there's not much sunshine, it feels like, so that's difficult. So part of what I want to focus on more is continuing to try to self-reflect and not judge others, and hopefully spread it to people too, to try and think twice before judging. Like I said, I know I'm guilty of it still, and I know I was a lot worse and try to be a lot better. Like, I try to live with the you do you, boo, like live your life, I'm living mine. Can't we all get along? I can't remember who it was. I think it was Louise Pentland, I think, in one of her videos where she had said she'd seen a quote or something that said, like, this life is short-lived, essentially. I can't remember exactly what it was, but that really kind of resonated with me. You know, we have such a short time on this planet. Enjoy it, and don't worry about what other people are doing. Just live. And that's another thing. I'll go into my next topic. I have a notepad that I kind of, like I said, outlined some of the things that I'm interested in doing in 2020. I mean, kind of forever, hopefully. Who knows how I'll change in the future, but this is kind of, I never make resolutions, but I kind of want to make changes all the time. But I feel like with a new year, you kind of have that mindset of who are you going to continue to be or be different. But just like living more. I know a lot of times I feel like I kind of get into a rut of not leaving the house or the property. I mean, we go outside and play, but like when I say I don't leave the house, I mean I don't like get in the car and leave. We don't really have sidewalks where we can go for a walk somewhere because we live like out in the country. So sometimes I seclude myself more than I should. And I just want that to be a resolution, is not to be so concerned about going. And I'll lead this into another thing that I'm interested in, is being more organized and planned out. And I mean, I don't want to get myself into an extreme where, like, if I haven't made a plan, I can't do it. But I think that having a plan ahead of time helps me leave, because I have something in my head, a schedule to be on, which makes a really big difference for me, because I'll get up and I'll kind of go with our normal, if we're staying home all day, routine, and then I'll think about it and then think about it, like just going somewhere, and then be like, no, never mind, we'll just stay, no big deal, which is fine. I mean, we do that a lot of days, but I don't want to be so concerned about it, especially if we've been cooped up for too long or we're missing out on something. Another thing that I would like to do and not be so afraid of is spending more time like on my hobbies, which I don't have a lot right now. When I was younger, like high school, college age, I was really interested in riding horses, and I did, and I enjoyed it a lot. And when I moved away from home, it wasn't something I could afford to continue to do, so I no longer do that. And I definitely miss it, and I'm not interested in getting back into it right now because of the financial aspect of that, but I am interested in YouTube. One thing that really keeps my interest with YouTube is the editing process. When I first got into it, it was really scary. I felt very intimidated about trying to edit or even film properly. I started with my phone, which I'm glad I did because I kind of went through a process. Obviously your phone, something that I probably use too much, I'm familiar with. So I used that familiarity to begin, and it worked well. My husband then bought me the camera I'm filming on, which is a Canon 25X. No, that's not what it is. A Canon something that was like less than $150, I think. And it had a 1080p, I think. Don't quote me on that. But like it is supposed to have good filming quality. I just went with a newer digital camera that had good filming quality, so I would hopefully have the capacity to upload some better quality videos. Obviously they're not going to be amazing. It's not something I'm familiar with. I have never made videos before this. Maybe when I was a kid, silly videos, but you know, nothing that I would have much experience with. We have a home shared laptop that I very rarely use to edit videos. I mostly do it on my iPad, which is also just a regular iPad. So I'm not putting out anything amazing right now, but I'm also still learning. I use iMovies in my iPad, and I feel like it's something that my brain can think about. As far as like hobbies go, I feel like being involved in YouTube is something that my brain can be active with. I mean, the nice thing about horses for me was that I had a lot of enjoyment from it. But I feel like the nice thing with like YouTube, and particularly editing videos, shooting and editing videos, is I'm learning something, and I don't want to be left behind. I know that sounds so silly, but I feel like I'm getting old, and my kids will start school soon, and some things that I'm interested in is not being left behind technologically. So one thing that I'm interested in and I feel like I'm not like a slow learner, but in some aspects I want to be so perfect, which I'm far from not, but I want to learn the little steps as I go so that it's like concrete in my brain. So this has been really interesting for me to learn some editing that I never had any experience with before. So right now that's my hobby, and I want to try and not be so scared to do some of the videos that I might not have done before, even like this. Usually I stick to things like hauls because I like watching hauls. It's interesting to see what's out there. I don't know if I'll do a lot of them. I have an Ulta gift card. That might be the only haul you see for a while. I had some before because of the holiday season. I just happened to be purchasing some things. Otherwise, I don't do a lot of shopping where I would have a haul unless I'm doing a grocery haul, but to be honest, those don't particularly interest me, at least not right now, but maybe in the future I will. Okay, so another thing that I would basically like to piggyback off of with the hobbies and YouTube is more strong focus on my health. I felt like when I first started and had really strong goals was the middle to end of 2018, and I did really well, and I had lost quite a bit of weight, and shortly after 2018 right into 2019, but last year as a total I didn't gain a lot of weight back or anything like that, or really any throughout that whole year, or if I did, I fluctuated. But I don't want to fluctuate or maintain. I would like to continue to lose weight. I feel like I've learned a lot about eating. I've learned a lot about exercise. I've learned a lot about myself. And this year I would like to put a little bit harder focus on exercise and be a little bit more goal oriented. And I'm hoping that maybe I can video that as well if people are interested. Maybe do some more exercise type videos or like eating. And I'm hoping that motivates me. I feel like just having YouTube and my Instagram page, which I'll link below, has kept me feeling more, it's given me kind of an accountability, like there's people watching. So I don't, again, like with the judgment, I don't want people to judge me for waking, but also like I want to show people that you can do it, because I know that one thing that's really helped me is influencers, YouTubers and Instagrammers who discuss weight loss and health and fitness and eating and all of those things. And it's been probably my biggest motivation and my biggest resource. So it's something that I would like to contribute to as well. Hopefully I'll put out good content. Again, I'm still learning. I do find that there's so much out there on like social media pages. I figure I can add to it from the mom perspective. And also another goal that I have for trying to do more in this coming year is to get my kids more involved in things. They're finally getting to the age where things are more available to them as far as sports and activities, and I definitely want to get them more involved. I've never was super interested in the mommy and me type toddler classes. It gives me a little bit of anxiety because I feel like it's more focused on moms interacting, which is wonderful. It's just something that I didn't feel super comfortable with, and I really want to do things. If I'm with my kid, I'm almost too focused. If I'm with my child, I feel like I'm almost too focused to interact with people I don't know, because I am very much immersed in what they are doing. So now there's more things that I can go to that are centered around them, and I can just be involved with them and meet other people in the area that we could do stuff with or whatever. But that's something that I want to do. So, and something I want for them. It's good experience to interact with their peers, especially before starting school. That's just another aspect of my life that I'm interested in changing or being better about. If you have any good ideas or things that you're interested in doing, becoming, or evolving, whatever, for 2020 or for the rest of your life, I'd love to see it in the comments below. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my page. I really appreciate it, or give it a thumbs up. I'd like to grow here on YouTube and possibly on Instagram. Thanks for your time and watching. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Bye.